Hey everybody, my name's Caleb from Caleb the Video Maker 2, and in this video I want to talk about another control structure, or basically you can think of this as a way to iterate through every single value in an array. So earlier in our previous videos I talked about echoing a single value in an array. So you could do like cake 0, for example. That's going to reference a single value. Well, occasionally you're going to want to do something with every single value within an array. Within an array. So, to do this, we use what's known as a foreach. It's one word. By the way, I'm using new chalk, but I only have one piece, but I'm planning on getting some more. Hopefully. I took this from a school, and I like it. I asked for permission. Trust me, I would not steal chalk. That's ridiculous. So, if it's good, I'm going to buy some more. But yeah, foreach. Now, within parentheses, we add something. Actually, we're probably going to need more. Alright, so here's what it looks like. Similar to any other control structure, such as an if. You see the same structure of parentheses and curly braces. Alright, so here we can, just to make things easy, let's pretend we have a variable. So up here we have a variable, and it is food. And this is an array consisting of 5 foods. Doesn't really matter what they are. Well, the first thing that we put in the foreach is the variable that we want to use. So we would write it like this. Food. And then we put the word as, as. So food, as. And then we can just make up any variable we want, such as value. So this is what we have, food as the variable value. Alright, you probably are wondering, what is the variable value? Well, that is actually going to be a reference to the value of each of the key value pairs in food. So let's take a look at food. Here, this is separate from this. Just so you know. Food consists of pizza, cake, human flesh, bacon bits, and lasagna. Cool. So here are all of the values within food. And these would also have an appropriate key. So if it was an indexed array, this would be 0, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. So how does this work exactly? Well, it's going to iterate or go through every single one of these key value pairs. So the first one, pizza. It's going to assign value pizza. So within these curly braces, if we do something with value, such as echo it, just like this, well, the first time it goes through, it's going to echo pizza. Once that's done, it's going to go to the next value. It's going to change the value of the variable value, that's kind of confusing, and make it cake. So then it's going to echo cake, and then it's going to echo human flesh, and then it's going to echo bacon bits, and then it's going to echo lasagna. So value, let's write this out, the variable value points to all of these right here. and it's going to iterate, so it's going to use, I don't even know if that's the right word, it's going to go through each one of these and replace the previous value. So the first time it's pizza, the second time it's going to be cake, third time human flesh, then bacon, and then lasagna. So we declare this variable within the parentheses, which allows us to use it inside of our code block. So you could say between these, this is a code block. Value points to each value within the array, and then we're echoing that value. We could change this because I said you could make up any variable. So if you wanted, you could make it x. And then we echo x. If we echoed value, well, it doesn't point anywhere, so it's going to cause an error. So that is how you go through each one of the key value pairs within a for each. Although there's one thing you probably noticed. All we looked at was the value. We never really looked at the key. You know what I mean? So there's another thing we can do to look at the key and the value. Well, that one's a little more complicated, but it's not bad. But I'm not going to have enough room, so I'm going to shrink this down a bit. Looks like this. For each, within parentheses, we would have the array we want to use. So foods as, now we're going to have two variables, key Alright, so now you can see we have another thing in here, right here, and that is this. The variable key, which points to the variable value. Alright, so now when we have it in this format, the array as variable pointing to another variable, that's going to give us the key and the value. So let's look at this. We had the array foods, and the first one was pizza. So let's use this block of code to echo what is going on. Echo, and we are going to echo within quotes key value. That is what we're going to echo. Okay, so what is this going to do? Well, the key is going to iterate or go through the keys, and the value is going to go through the value. So pizza had the key 0. So this is going to echo out 0 pizza. Okay? And then once that one's done with, it's going to go back through the for each, and it'll echo the second key and the second value, which will give us 1, and whatever the second value was, I don't remember. And we don't always have to echo it like this. For example, we could say key is string value, and then add some extra words within the quotation mark, maybe a line break, and so forth. Now, there's one thing that you really need to understand about this. These variables here, the first one points with an equal sign and a greater than sign to the next one. But they are not predefined in the program. So these are not up here defined. This one is. So we can pretty much name these whatever we want. So we could say K points to the variable V. And then when we're using them within the bar of code, we're going to have to use the name appropriately. And in the next video, or the video after that, one of these upcoming videos, I'm going to be showing you this on the computer, because now we're getting into some complex programming concepts, and I don't want to confuse you, so I think it'd be easier to see it actually done. So yeah, that's going to be awesome. So I will see you then. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you then. 10 minutes.